Look at the size of this place. Where'd the Seps get the money to build something like this? If it weren't for Fort Garnick, we'd all be speaking separatist right now. This is the last home of freedom on Ord Mantell. Coruscant sure is good at making a fella feel small. I guess it's kind of inspiring. The senators are mighty proud of their office building, aren't they? Can't say I blame them. I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty underdressed. You suppose there's a place that rents formal wear around here? Wow. Even the cantinas here are big. Dharma says this is the best watering hole on the planet. They're having shootouts in the street? And here I thought Coruscant wouldn't be any fun. This place makes me nervous, Captain. Feels like we're being watched by the Justicars. Can't believe we're actually going down into the works. Skavik better be down here. Man, sad to see a place like this all busted up. Wonder how many Jedi died here. These Black Sun fools don't mess around. Look at all that hardware. Time to roll up our sleeves and take out some trash. Let's show this Black Sun who's boss. Man, the Justicars make the Black Sun's operation look like a kiddie park. Looks like the Justicars are expanding their territory. Boy, this place just keeps getting bigger. Where'd the Justicars get this much hardware? Kinda expected the Justicars' prison to be a lot dirtier. Not to mention smaller. Those droids don't look happy to see us. Then again, I'm not happy to be in the works. Guess we're even. This Hydra supply station better not rust my blasters. Figure I'll be needing them for a good long while. I don't recommend loitering. This looks to be Black Sun Central. I bet the Black Sun stole half these cargo crates right off the spaceport docks. I don't care what Dharma says. I could live without all the flashy lights in here. Good cantinas don't need all this foo-for-ah. This is a mighty nice place to get patched up when a deal goes sour. Coruscant knows a thing or two about med centers. You smell that, Captain? Terrace is like a dead Gundark wearing dirty old socks. Doesn't look much better either. Those security boys look nervous, but they drew the short straw to land this duty. Now this is a nice cantina. Nothing fancy, just a place to relax. Might be my favorite part of Terrace. This prize we're after better be worth rooting through the swamp fighting rat ghouls. Bet that was a fine starship when it was flying. I can just make out the name. Endar Spire. The Republic must have big plans for this area. That kind of crane could hoist up a skyscraper. Which part is the new building? It all looks busted to me. How come we always wind up walking through sewer pipes? Just once, I'd like to come back from a place smelling like flowers. Is that lake made of acid or what? Can we please stop discovering new smells? My nose can't take anymore. Those old support struts almost look like metal trees. It's kind of nice. Could practically have a picnic here. These scavengers have the right idea. Stay underground, where the rat ghouls and smells can't get you. More swamp gas? Oh, that's great. I don't think I can hold my breath the whole time we're on Terrace. Scrap metal recon towers and weapons everywhere. Looks like we might have found Terrace's famous pirates. I recognize the layout of this place. It's an old swoop racing track. Wish I had a Skybird Mark III to ride around this in. I don't even want to know what left these bones behind. Whatever it was, it can't be good. You sure coming here was a good idea, Captain? These aren't your ordinary rat ghouls. Davik Kang built this vault to last. Everything here's in perfect condition. Nar Shaddaa sure is colorful. I can see why Risha likes this place. Not exactly my speed, though. Rubbing elbows with the enemy and playing nice doesn't sit right with me. We should be kicking the Empire's tail off the promenade. Keep one hand on your credits and the other on your blaster. This place looks rough. At least we don't have to feel bad about shooting anybody here. The Kintan Kings don't seem interested in playing nice. I don't know what most of those light-up signs are saying, but I bet they're not friendly. Folks are having all sorts of tech implanted in them here. Call me crazy, but I like to put my blaster down once in a while. I once knew a guy who bought 2 extra sets of eyes here. One for the back of his head, and the other implanted someplace ridiculous. Stinking Imperials and their torture centers. Let's bust up this place. I don't figure there's anything about this shadow town worth saving. Maybe we should torch the whole place on our way out. Don't know why they bother putting sewer pipes down here. Not like the residents care about disposing of their filth. These little fellas must be professional junk dealers. Considering the size of that crawler, business must be good. This is a nice little underground hideout Zerka left behind. We should keep it for ourselves. I'm all for wide open spaces, but why would anybody want to live out in the middle of a desert? A man's got to have some shade. If these little bug fellows from Geonosis weren't making trouble for everyone, I'd say let them have Tatooine. I mean, seriously. Check out the size of this place. These farmers live better than they let on. Somehow, I expected a bit more from a spy's house. Quite an operation these twin sons got going. Better than that scum deserves. Know what these bones tell me? If you stay here long enough, Tatooine will kill you. This place gets hit by sand people all the time. These locals are blasted stubborn to stay and fight it out. Seems like every Zerka place we visit has a creep factor of 10. Must be in their corporate philosophy. Man, that's the prettiest view I've seen since we left Ord Mantell. Risha wasn't kidding about Alderaan. This is Organa Palace. Where I'm from, you could fit a whole town in there. I'm a live and let live sort of fella. But the Killiks are pushing my tolerance. Look at that view. If this war ever ends, I might just retire on Alderaan. This is the Elysium, Captain. You could tell this place was really something before it got bombed into rubble. You just know nothing good is happening in a mountain base that nasty looking. Gotta be Imperial construction. That fella must have been awful important to merit such a big statue. Wonder who he was. That tower may be the most secure place in the area, but it's a real eyesore. Blocks my view of the mountains. What do we do if some duke or baroness shows up? Salute? Curtsy? Wink knowingly? I'm guessing the owners of this little homestead aren't partial to uninvited guests. Could the Republic have picked a creepier place to hang out? Keep expecting giant bugs to come out of the walls.
It's dark and dirty, but not the worst Republic base I've ever visited. Rhodia still holds the title.
That control station looks important. Kinda surprised it's still intact.
Chatter on the comm frequency says that tower got overrun by colicoids.
Sobrik isn't likely to appreciate us busting in, Captain. Then again, who is?
Looks like the Empire burned its bridges to keep us out. Not that it's doing any good.
Troida Military Workshop, huh? Bet they've got some first-class blasters laying around.
Boys and their toys. It's always the same. Guns, gears, and grit. Lucky for them. I like that sort of thing.
I never get tired of busting people loose from Imperial prisons.
Building prisons must be the Empire's core competency. They seem to have one everywhere we go.
Of all the places we've been on Balmorra so far, this is the scariest. Wide open spaces are great places to get killed in a war zone.
Look at this Imperial base. What's the word I'm thinking of? Oh, right. Death trap.
This could get hairy real quick. The Empire's forward lines are no walk in the park.
You always take me to the nicest places. The destroyed walkers, crashed ships, smoking craters. It's all so rustic.
The Empire sure picked a nasty place to hole up in. On the other hand, there's bound to be sweet gear lying around.
This is a weapons factory, right? It occurs to me we might be slightly outgunned by the Empire. You're sure you need me in the frozen wasteland? I could do so much more from the ship.
Hoth. Beautiful desolation. A fitting test of a warrior's survival.
Wow, look at that. The geysers froze mid-burst. Isn't that something?
Frozen geysers. That's something you don't see often. Thankfully.
Impressive. Nature itself is no match for Hoth.
That ice tower looks man-made. What lunatics had the time for that project?
Let me guess. We're gonna wind up at the ice fortress. Knowing you, it's inevitable.
That tower in the distance is an invitation to battle. We should answer the call.
I'm officially tired of all this ice. Think I'll take my anger out on the local pirate population.
The pirates are cowards for hiding in these holes. They will learn the error of their ways.
Is that a starship? Or did someone break off a piece of Coruscant?
Wouldn't you love to salvage that thing? Has to be worth a fortune.
You should upgrade your starship to one like that. Preferably a version that flies.
This is Quesh, huh? Huh. And I thought Nar Shaddaa was ugly.
Nobody mentioned Quesh was made of toxic mud. Should have worn my least favorite boots.
The air on Quesh smells like death. This is no place for the weak.
You're sure we're immune to the atmosphere on Quesh? My gills are itching.
Maybe I should guard that energy station for a while. It'd be safer, wouldn't it?
I hear the Empire's been hitting power generators all over this area. Probably wouldn't hurt to discourage that.
An unsecured power facility. Typical Republic incompetence. This is why the Empire will win.
I've got a bunch of old power packs back on the ship that need recharging. Knew I should have brought them with me.
I don't figure this cell block should be wide open like that. Do you?
You spend more time deliberately running into prisons than anyone I know.
The Empire has already been here. No telling how many prisoners they've released. This will be interesting.
Hello down there! Any bad people home? No? All right. We're leaving. Think they bought it?
Those busted open cells look even worse than the last batch. You ever get the feeling we're headed in the opposite direction of safe?
The comm channels are full of Republic soldiers yelling to send more troops to this cell block. That can't be good.
Look at the size of those cells. I cannot wait to meet these prisoners.
Listen up! Whatever ugly and large prisoners live here, I am a Jedi. Do not make me or my equally powerful friend hurt you.
Don't know what this World Razor is, but there's no such thing as a monster that eats planets. Is there?
Would it really be so awful if this World Razor destroyed Belsavis? After we left, obviously.
Battles like this are the reason I stay with you. Not many Mandalorians can say they face the World Razor.
Wouldn't you rather have the Wookiee with you right now? I mean, he's taller, and he probably enjoys fighting things called the World Razor.
I hear the Voss locals are a strange bunch. Probably best to leave them alone.
I've heard the Voss don't enforce Republic laws. People are free to do what they want, as long as they leave the Voss alone. My kind of place.
The Voss say they have great warriors. I look forward to testing that claim.
An associate of mine says Voss is a place where almost anything goes. The natives haven't even outlawed spice.
Look at the size of that cannon the Gormak built. I gotta get me one of those.
This cannon explains everything. The Gormak have an inferiority complex, and they're prepared to blow up Voss-Ka to improve their self-esteem.
Your starship would benefit from having such a weapon mounted to the hull. It would discourage pirates.
That is one big cannon. Makes me nervous just being near it.
Look at all those bones, Captain. Whatever lives down here must have a blasted huge appetite.
Let's not get ourselves added to those pile of bones. Keep your eyes open down here.
Bones of the dead. Someone here enjoys displaying trophies.
That's an awful lot of bones. I just remembered an important appointment back on the ship.
This Shrine of Healing is really something. Must have taken forever to build.
Wonder what sort of treasures the Voss are sitting on in there. Not that I advocate stealing.
A foolish location for a place of healing. One could die just getting here. Perhaps that's the point.
My force powers go all tingly here. That's never happened before.
Phew. Hope we don't meet what did all this damage.
This may be the safest place to stand on Corellia. There's nothing left here to fight over.
Nothing left but rubble. The battle here has moved on. Let's find where it went.
I bet a Jedi leveled this building. We're very powerful, you know.
If the Republic doesn't settle this quick, Corellia's gonna wind up looking like Ord Mantell.
This used to be a nice park. I spent a summer living in those trees. Just for fun.
The Republic has changed the rules of engagement. They're using nature against the Empire. Interesting tactic.
You know, I fight a lot better when I've had a good swim. You suppose there's a pond anywhere in this park?
Look at that fanciness. Why is it the biggest scum always get to live in the nicest places?
This is the government district. If we see any expensive and easily transportable objects, I'm sure nobody will miss them. Just a thought.
Welcome to the home of Corellia's true failure. Its spineless politicians.
Finally, a place on Corellia that isn't on fire. Why did I say that? I just jinxed it, didn't I?
Whatever else happens here, I'm looking forward to kicking the Empire off Corellia. It's payback time, Captain.
You can already hear the fighting in the streets. This may be the first time in my life I'm not happy to see a city.
A world at war. It's like coming home. Let's begin this hunt.
The Force better be with me. I'm too young and handsome to die on Corellia.
Fighting for a Jedi temple? What have we gotten ourselves into?
I hope there's profit in this fight. We're risking a lot to help out the Jedi.
If the Jedi were true warriors, they would not have let this temple fall into Sith hands.
Hello, Sith? Just so we're clear, I'm not an actual Jedi. I only dress like one.
I've heard McKeb hired some top-flight mercenaries to protect the planet. Don't see any here.
I laid low on McKeb after a job a few years back. Beautiful planet. The ride down from here's a thrill.
I visited the station years ago. It has moved far from the planet it serves. Interesting.
We're going to McKeb? This is going to be great. It was voted the #1 vacation destination in last year's HoloNet survey.
Wow, look at that view. You suppose those pillars are natural formations?
It's about time we visited a nice planet. It's always more fun to shoot people in pleasant scenery.
No wonder the Hutts conquered McKeb. The mesas are too open for effective defense.
Captain, when this mission is over, we really need to spend some time here. Months, maybe.
This landing zone's hot, Captain. Better keep our heads down.
Snipers could have a field day here. Good thing I am one.
Pathetic fortifications. Shalem's fighters are amateurs.
Look at those floaty things. I bet we could ride one like a balloon.
Captain, watch out!
Here they come.
Regulators incoming!
Ambush! Ambush!
You suppose any of these people realize how much trouble they're in?
Nice town. Too bad we have to put holes in it.
An urban combat zone. My favorite kind.
Would you look at this place? It's a looter's paradise.
Groundquakes did a number on this place. I'm surprised more folks didn't get hurt.
I'd hate to be in charge of redrawing the street maps here.
There's no greater destructive force than nature itself.
Ouch! What a crack! On the bright side, the city's really opened up to new development.
That must be the Ark, Captain. Bet you could cram Talau City into it.
Whatever the Hutts are getting out of McKeb. Must be worth spending a fortune on this ark.
Only Hutts would build something this large that only serves one purpose.
So this is the Ark. It must have engines on its engines.
We did it! Without all their fancy hardware, the regulators are just another bunch of bucketheads.
All done. Imagine how rich we'd be if we'd sold that hardware instead of destroying it.
That's the last of the regulator stockpiles. They can't retake the Ark from here.
That's the last of it. If the regulators didn't hate us before, they sure do now.
I get nervous every time we cross the light bridge. After this, it'll be even worse.
When we drop that army off the light bridge, nobody will ever want to use those things again.
That's where the enemy will make its crossing.
I really hope nobody tries this dirty trick with the light bridge on us. I hate poetic justice.
The bigger they are, the louder they explode. Let's do this, Captain.
Have to hand it to the regulators. They've spared no expense on this thing.
An impressive battle platform. It will look beautiful going down in flames.
Why do they call it the storm carrier? Are there high winds in the cargo hold?
Hello, ugly droid! We're here to smash you! Don't take it personally.
This droid looks like it could fight us all day. Let's not do that.
We won't last long against this droid. Strike hard and fast.
Look at that blasted droid! This is gonna hurt, isn't it?
That'll keep Taboro's people out for a while.
Any Hutt forces that try to land here are in for a nasty surprise.
The platform is secured.
Taboro won't be landing anyone here.
This sanctuary place looks like all kinds of trouble.
I'm betting this place was named Sanctuary for the irony.
I see no sanctuary here, for us or the enemy.
Why do all the deadliest places have such happy names? Sanctuary. Right.
They're free. Let's hope these critters don't come back to bite us on the rear. Literally.
I do love a good distraction. Hope those things keep Taboro's forces busy.
Unpredictable diversions are the best kind.
Go, beasties! Shoo! Go eat the Hutt minions!
Be careful, Captain. Who knows how much power this thing puts out?
Quite an operation Taboro has here. Let's shut it down, shall we?
This drill is carving straight through the planet. We need to turn it off.
Phew! I'd hate to be on the receiving end of this thing's laser. Where's the off switch?
That's Taboro's palace, huh? Good thing I packed extra ammo.
I don't want to be inside that palace when the next quake levels this mesa. Come on.
Let's get inside that palace and find Taboro before this mesa collapses.
That's where Taboro lives? I bet parties there are incredible.
Look at this place. You just know Taboro overspent on all this junk.
Judging by the tasteless decor, we're in Taboro's main room.
Look at this room. Taboro must be trying to distract us with bad taste.
Hope we have time to loot this place. My ship quarters need sprucing up.
With these fuel rods, that Ark can finally get off the ground.
We have the Ark's fuel rods. Let's get out of here.
We have the Isotope 5 fuel rods. The Ark will fly.
Who's going to carry the fuel rods back to the Ark? Just wondering if I need to take my anti-radiation bills.
I'm betting that transport is crawling with regulators. I'm starting to hate those guys.
Good thing for us that regulator transport isn't outfitted for surface bombardment.
That's a regulator-heavy transport overhead.
Boy, the regulators know how to get around in style. Look at that thing.
Let's get what we came for. Don't want to be trapped in a museum when another quake hits.
You rescue McKeb's culture. I'll liberate the valuables.
Rescuing a museum. Now I've done everything.
Every time I enter a museum, it reminds me of Jedi training.
Vito used to talk about retiring to Rishi. Never was sure if he was serious. Always seemed he was a little scared of the place.
My father took me to Rishi once when I was a little girl. I was scared of the black sand, but by the end, it was a good trip.
Oh, look at these people, Captain. Even outlaws need to have limits. Slaving goes way past respectable crime.
Someone in the Nova Blades must be very proud of enslaving instead of killing the people who refuse to pay protection. They probably think it's ethical. I don't.
Says something about the Nova Blades that they didn't join the White Maw or the Void Wolf. Says something about how much firepower they've got, too.
It doesn't matter how big or fast a pirate band grows. Egos grow bigger and faster. The Nova Blades could use a lesson in humility.
Say, Captain, think it would be wrong to take a feather as a souvenir? I won't pluck it off a Rishi or anything.
I didn't get to see the Rishi last time I was here. Not up close. But I saw one gliding, once. Glad to get a second chance.
Takes a strong man to bring the Republic and the Empire together. Not a good man, but a strong one.
I know a thing or two about leaders. This sort of devotion looks good, but it can't be sustained. Zealots break, die, or kill their own idols.
Those are some good-looking ships out there. I know we've got work to do, but I bet we could strip a few parts quick enough.
Always wanted to get my hands on a fleet. Tuning one chip is a joy. Synchronizing 100 sounds like a challenge.
Mark that cave on your map for me, will you, Captain? I'd love to come back here one day, make a camp, and go exploring.
How big do you figure the predators get on Rishi? I only ask because that's a very big cave.
Normally I enjoy an empty world, Captain. Trees and greenery far as you can see. This place, though, really makes me miss Coruscant.
Even before the Empire returned, the worst criminals in the galaxy wouldn't hide on Yavin 4. There are reasons no one goes here.
Got enough supply packs for a few days in this jungle, but let's try not to need them. Meaning we should be quick, not, die real fast.
I'm better with cities than with jungles, but even I know this place isn't friendly to strangers. Let's be careful.
Real guerrilla warfare is bad enough. Faking it on a trading facility using live ammo? Just a little bit worse.
The Empire says one Imperial Guardsman is worth 100 ordinary troops. Looks like the Revenites got a discount.
Makes me feel a little better to think we'll never see these guys again after Yavin 4. We won't, right, Captain?
I've seen friendlier welcomes from Trandoshan hunting parties. Let's not stick around too long.
You'd think someone would have looted that statue by now. All the centuries it's been there. Really worries me it looks good as new.
There's something wrong with that temple, Captain. I can't explain what, or how I know. It's just wrong.